Tellement. Oh, là, ils ont fait au Stein. La semaine fois, on a vu la cabane la semaine passée. On a traversé une passage.
Like rain. Like yesterday, they forecast rain later on, but probably will be. But right now, it's excellent weather. I'm going to see if I can, go in a different direction today. Up there towards the Lammer hut. It's according to the signboard. It's 90 minutes. But unfortunately, it looks like I'm losing 200-300 foot of descent, which I'll have to climb back up to the hut. I think I can see the Lammer hut in the far distance there. Let's see if I can focus in on it. Okay, so well, it looks as though I've got at least a couple of hours of good weather. In fact, I didn't bother to bring my sun cream because it forecast. Yeah, it's kind of like a miner's track, except it's been constructed for the walkers. Look at this reassuring alpine footpath sign. 2 of them. Right, so it's a first-class walking, really. No two ways about it. And of course, this is laid on this part of the walk anyway, at least for just the ordinary tourist to have a little stroll up there, maybe. Now, I'll try and if I was kind of interrupted before by that construction machinery. I'll see if I can focus in on my destination here. Is that it there? Yeah, so it's yeah, well, kind of yeah, okay, so there's the Weil, I like to call it the Wildstrubel glacier, and that's where the Lammer hut was positioned for that reason, to climb the Wildstrubel. Look at that impressive mountain there, the Dauberhorn, I think it's pronounced. There's the reassuring alpine footpath signs. And the Lammeren hut is still 90 minutes, and I've actually been going for 10 minutes. Okay, look at this well-constructed footpath. It's obviously for the tourists. And there's a mountain biker coming down. Yeah. Okay. Okay, fantastic. And look at this, you can tell, because there's a bit of a problem here, scrambling over those rocks. They've blasted a tunnel through, so it's all laid on. It's about 60-70 yards long, but it's only 4 foot high, and so yeah, I don't know what it'd be like after trying to get through after dark. Yeah, it's a tourist path, all right. And there's the stream that comes down. It's got the glacier-coloured water in it from the Strubel glacier. And this is this footpath. You can tell it's laid on because look at this. They blasted a way through the rock again. One nice thing about this section of the walk, it's nice and flat. And look at this, the construction's on kind of a dam for some reason. But because this is kind of like, probably maybe 100 years ago, the glacier actually came down to this point. And what you're seeing is kind of like beginnings of a moraine. Yeah. It's the Dauberhorn, I should say, up there. And I'll just point out this, I think this is the national Swiss plant, the Edelweiss. I'm not sure, but I think it is. it is starting to cloud over a little bit, so this might be the last bit of sun, which always is good for photography. Yeah, now, can I focus? I'm focusing on a rock, okay. There's they come up, the two of them. One of the mountain biker which is walking, and actually I think in front of them I can see some other walkers. That's the thing with a telescopic camera. You can't see with the naked eye, but you can. Yeah. So that's fantastic scenery, really. But this might be it. It's coming to an end. The sunshine, I think, and rain is on the way. I don't think I'm going to be let off like I was yesterday. Oh, there you go. Oh, well, it was silhouetted against the sky, but now it's coming. It's a helicopter supplying the hut. That's how they do it in the Swiss Alps. They keep the huts well supplied. How beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, it's fantastic. Today they're forecast rain all day, so this will be my last day of mountain photography, of this kind anyway. So those walkers have disappeared, and I can see the hut. It's I think the total ascent involved on this walk is 400 meters. They may be including that walk up to the lift, because it's about a 300 foot descent and then 300 foot ascent on the way back. Plattenhorner, and that big mountain behind it, the Riffelberg maybe, and well, this is super flat here and tremendously tremendous for walking. It's you don't need to look at your footwork at all. You can just look at the scenery of it. And up there, of course, getting closer now, is where is it? Is that it? That's the destination there. Quite a substantial building. That's accommodation for the people attempting, well, overnight, just for the walk, and also for the Wald Strubel. This is where the path splits into two. That's a nice footbridge. I've got to choose go that way or this one. Yeah, but I guess it makes no difference. Okay, there's the well, that way. The arrow's pointing that way to the Dalberhorn, which what the ascent route is. But yeah, but of course that was I was beaten. Obviously, I think I was beaten off more than I could chew when I was thinking of doing that one. But I don't say it doesn't look like a marked path at all. So yeah, and that's kind of nice. That's quite a good. Well, looks like it's close to 1,000 foot ascent here up to the hut. I've had it easy so far. This is the Lammeren Sea. I think it's a lake, but it looks like it's all dried. There's no lake there now. Yeah, I can't spot any. I think this is quite popular with the dog walkers from the local dog walkers. Because it's nice and flat, and yeah, and they probably got an annual pass for the lift. Okay, I've got it wrong. The Daubensee is back there, the little lake. I might take that in on the way back. And now this is going to be, yeah, this is where it gets a bit more interesting. I'm going to have to. They'll probably be very well, judging by how well it's been marked so far. I won't get lost, but it's well, it's a nice steep climb up there. Now in centuries past, where that waterfall's coming down, that would have been the icefall, the lower icefall for the glacier. But here's another nice bridges. I like these bridges. Yeah, and it looks like they. Yeah, that's. Oh, so as I say, very very easy. There's the little lake over there. So that's. I'll take that in on the way back. I like this scenery is excellent. Yeah. So. Okay. So now this is where it'll start getting interesting. Yeah, I'll have a short break here before the Wildstrubel Glacier, 1 hour and 50 minutes, Lammeren hut, 30 minutes. So, yeah, alright. Okay, the local dog walker is coming up. I won't focus in on him. He's just there. So he's coming up to the hut, I presume. He's stopped there. There's another mountain glacier up there. I think that's the Daubenhorn glacier. Well, if it zigzags up like this, no problem. Really easy. And there it is. Yeah. Yeah, but there is a via ferrata section on this climb. Just having a quick break here. And I'm only about 100 foot on the ascent. But, yeah, well, a little bit of a waterfall. I just heard my first marmot. They sound like a bird, a high-pitched whistle. You know, I think you can hear them, but you can't see them most of the time. They're the sheep that are up here in the summer months, but I imagine they do have those little bells on them. Yeah, that one's, well, he hasn't moved his head fast enough. But, well, it's fairly steep, but a nice zigzag. It's, you know, no real problem. But the Via Ferrata must be just round the corner here somewhere. I've climbed up those rocks. Okay, I think this is the Via Ferrata. Yeah, I don't think it's too difficult, but I'll have to stow my walking sticks, they'll be in the way. Goes up there. You can see the rope and chains all the way around there. So there's no problem with handholds, but I'll stow the walking sticks. Ferrata section was just around the corner. But it continues up here. Must be close to the top now. Oh, yeah, that's the Daubenhorn glacier up there. I actually have to actually cross that glacier to get to the summit. To the top. And according to that, Gemmi Pass is 1 hour and 15 minutes. They allow you, you can do it 15 minutes faster. But there's plenty of paths, alpine paths, but I don't think they're too, well, I think that blue indicates problems for the ordinary tourist. Okay, there's a little lake there. And the hut's coming up shortly. There, and the reason for all those helicopters looks like they're stocking in firewood for the winter. It looks pretty empty though. Yeah. And that's the, yeah, that's an alternative method of supply. There's a tow cable. First walkers I've seen. Actually, I saw a dog. I just passed the dog walker. He had no problem with the Via Ferrata. And, alright. I'll have a beer, although I'd rather have a cup of tea and something nice and hot. Right. bringing in the supplies. This is inside the hut. I'm the only one here. But I asked for a tea, and look at that. That's the biggest pot of tea. A litre of tea there. No way. This is the terrain above the lower icefall leading up to the glacier, the Valstrubel glacier, and that's a kind of you see all these piles, kind of like little columns of stones. I notice that everywhere in kind of Europe. Now there's a nice little lake there. There's just landed a moment ago. Yeah. I'm kind of, except for the workers, I'm the only one here. I guess, well, I guess they're all, if there are any, well, they're all up on the top of the big mountain. Haven't got back yet. A little bit rejuvenated after that cup of tea, and I left most of it on the table. But I've got time to go to the base of the glacier, 45 minutes. Well, it'll be about an hour for me, but well, if it was nice weather I would do, I think, but really, I've been lucky so far. It's not quite 12:13, and the weather, and that rain hasn't yet arrived, so just to play it safe I ought to make my, there's the, that's where I came up there. Yeah, that's, so I got the, well, close to 1,000 foot maybe descent down to the flat moraine there, and yeah, it's a shame to leave really, because it might be the last time I come to the Swiss Alps as a mountain walker, that is. Yeah, okay. So here comes the interesting bit. Around here, shouldn't be too bad on the descent. Yeah, it's much easier on the descent. Much easier, and a nice graded footpath, and I'll go by the lake on the way back, and there you can see the lift station somewhere over there. Yeah. Well, that was much easier on the descent, much easier, and I'll take the northern route, the northern path for Gemmi, and that's in French, German, French and German. All right. This orange globe here, I think that cable goes right up to the Lammeren hut, and I think it's not to those are the marmots you can hear. It's not for supplies, it's for in case there's an accident, they can bring the stretcher down here. And here's a look, here's a shelter. Like that, you know, they can shelter in here while they're waiting, I suppose, for the helicopter to land. Yeah, it's exceptionally good here, and look at that, the forecast rain, but the sun's still shining. I'll have a short break here on this flat rock. Oh, maybe not. It's there's water rolling around it. Yeah, I think I'm all right. Yeah, the lake's just a couple hundred yards ahead. Okay, still the workers keeping going with supplies of lumber and things like that. Here's the Lammeren Z. Can't pronounce it. It's quite sizable. Yeah, and there's a nice concrete bridge here crossing. After heavy rain, it probably, bridges tend to get washed out. You can see how in the season, when the kids are on holiday with the parents how popular this track is, because they've won. Well, it's a foot deep rut. Going here, perched on this little hump here is this rest and be thankful seat. Yeah, actually it's the first seat I've seen constructed like this on this hike. Yeah. Yeah, well this could be, you could be, except for the huge mountains at the back, or maybe in Scotland. Some of those mountains look like that. But you could be in Wales here. Of course you don't get the glaciers. Okay, so there's the bridge where I took the left-hand branch to go up to the Lammeren hut. Well, I'll go down this side of the moraine basin. You can see right ahead. There's the destination is in height. I've got lots and lots of times, as long as it doesn't rain. Yeah, it's turned out to be a very good day. The temperature has dropped. It's definitely on the way. You can feel it in the air. The marked path goes up there, and where I can see the path skirting. So I'll take this shortcut. The path on this side of the moraine basin is a little bit more of a typical mountain footpath, although there's absolutely no problem at all compared with well, basically just really smooth track on the other side. And look at that, the platen horn. And I didn't go to the very top there, the big one, that's rock climbing, but the first one, yeah, that was a nice ascent. Another rest and be thankful seat right here. Yeah, because this is a little bit more of a mountain. Well, it's absolutely no problem at all, of course, but it makes a nice change from yeah, it makes a nice change. Yeah, there's the platen horn. You can see the cross on the top. Should be open, maybe not. The cross. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. No. The cross actually wasn't quite on the top. That first summit. Oh, just found a spot of rain. So the timing is pretty good, really. Yeah. Definitely a more interesting path on this side. There's the Corbin Sea, or Delvin Sea. Yeah, so okay, this looks like the first problem. Washed away bridge. Someone's put a plank there. I don't know. My balance in BMAX at my time of life isn't too good. I might have to go up there and see if I can get the other bridge. So, but I've got plenty of time. Doesn't look too promising up there. Kind of like there's a waterfall and a bit of a slab section. I'm wondering if, I have an idea, there's a bridge. There's a big hut there. I have no idea, there's a bridge just on the other side. Yeah. Maybe it'd be better off trying that first down that side. That looks like I'm going to have a problem. Muy bien. Yeah, I missed the trail. That's an abandoned crossing back there. This, yeah, this is no problem. This is actually the bridge I crossed. Oh, they got that blocked off. No, this is the bridge I crossed before. When I was doing the circuit of the lake. Yeah, alright. Well, I won't catch the that little chairlift. I'll walk. That's only a 300-foot ascent up there to the. Yeah, so that's yeah. All's well that ends well. That's where I started my walk. Down there, and has come up there. Now, just to make a little, just to see if I can get through the, this goes to the restaurant. So I'll just see where it leads. Maybe not, it's going downhill. There might be a lift or something there, but I think I'll leave that. Well, there's one reason why no one's around, because there's just a flash of lightning there. There's the hotel. Another 5 minutes and I'd been in the clear if this just keeps on spotting and it doesn't come down in a torrential downpour, thunder shower. It'll still be okay. It's deserted. That's not the Miles Hotel. This is coming attached to the lift. Look at that, Leukerbad down there. It's still in sunshine. The gods are with me. I made it with about 2-3 minutes to spare.